Hey guys, how's it going? So today's video, I want to talk about how to set good goals. Goals are going to help you fulfill them and reach them, and they're going to be measurable so you can know if you actually hit them or not. So the reason why it's important to set good goals is because if you don't, then what's even the point? If you set a goal that's either pointless or really easy or impossible, then the whole point of the goal, which is to help you accomplish something that is difficult or out of your normal range of things you accomplish, it doesn't really fulfill that purpose. So you want to set purposeful and effective goals. So there's three things that I think are important when it comes to setting good goals that are going to help you achieve what it is you're setting out to do. The first one is make sure you pick a goal that's ambitious enough. Most of the time we hear people say, set a goal that's realistic. Make sure that you have realistic expectations. And I kind of hate that because most of the time when I see people saying this, they're saying that about things that are realistic. They just seem hard or difficult, and so they keep knocking down the standard of quality until it's something that's not that hard or impressive, and that kind of defeats the purpose. Who cares, right? Things that would actually be impossible would be saying, I want to do a painting 8 days out of the week. Well, that's impossible because it's only 7 days out of the week. Or I want to draw 24 hours a day. Those are things that actually are impossible. But drawing every single day for a year, there's no reason why that can't be possible. Or I want to publish my own comic book. There's no reason why that's unrealistic, okay? I think that if anything, we should be pushing ourselves to do things that are more ambitious. And the reason why is because when we have a goal that is so ambitious and so big that just the thought of completing it and being done with it is so exciting to just imagine what it would feel like to be someone who has published their own comic book. Or what would it feel like if I did do a drawing every single day and post it online for a whole year? That thought should make us feel kind of pumped. It should make us feel sort of exhilarated to consider the fact that that could be me. I could do that. And if I did, how would that change how I see myself and how I feel about myself, knowing that I'm capable of accomplishing something like that? So the first one is push yourself to make a goal that's going to excite you just because of how big it is, because of the scope that you've set for yourself. Like I said, yeah, you want to make sure it's realistic in the sense that it's physically possible to do, but there's plenty of things that are realistic that we call unrealistic because we're either scared or we don't have confidence in ourselves, and that's a load of garbage. You got to get that stuff out of your head and just push forward. The second thing when it comes to creating a goal is make sure that it's very clear and specific so you know whether or not you actually accomplished at the end of the year. So a bad example of a goal would be, this year my goal is to get better at drawing and painting. That's great, but what does that even mean, right? If the end of the year comes, how do you know if you got better at drawing, right? Like, how much better? Is it, let's say at the beginning of the year, I can draw a squiggly line, and by the end of the year, I can draw a straight line. Does that mean I got better at drawing? Did I hit my goal? It's kind of hard to say, right? So you want to be really clear and specific in what you want to do. So instead of saying, I want to get better at drawing by the end of the year, say something along the lines of, I want to draw every day for the whole year and focus on drawing people. I want to draw a person every day for a year and have that be your goal. It's very clear. It's very easily defined on whether or not you accomplished it, because at the end of the year, you just have to look back and say, did I do it every single day? If the answer is yes, you hit your goal. If the answer is no, then you didn't, and you got to try again, right? So have really clear, set, defined goals. If you're starting a YouTube channel for your art, or you're wanting to get more followers on Instagram, pick a specific number. Don't just say, I want more subscribers on YouTube, or I want more followers on Instagram for my art. Pick a specific number and then work to hit that goal. I think those things are going to help a lot more, and especially if you have something that you can see the results afterwards, it's going to motivate you a lot more. If you've ever been to the gym or worked out, it's a very common thing where if you don't track your results, it can be really demotivating to want to go to the gym. But if you're tracking results, right, you're weighing yourself, you're tracking how much weight you're lifting, things like that, and you see that slowly start to go up and that you're getting stronger and stronger, or you're losing more and more weight, then you have a lot more motivation to go back because you can actually see the results of what you're doing happening. When you can't see the results, it starts to feel discouraging and disheartening. So track your results, make sure it's measurable, that you can clearly tell, did I accomplish this or did I not accomplish this? And then the third one, The third one, which isn't necessarily about the goal itself, but how to make sure you accomplish the goal, which would be to make sure that you clearly determine everything that you're going to need to do in order to accomplish that goal, and that you have it planned out as detailed as possible. Now, this might sound tedious or cumbersome, but I promise you this is the single biggest thing you can do to ensure your success. And so let's say you have a goal to publish a comic book. What you're going to need to do is make a full list of everything that's going to entail to make that comic book. You need to come up with a story. You're going to need to come up with a script. You're going to need to design characters. You're going to need to come up with an art style. You're going to need to how many issues is it going to be? How many pages is it going to be? Are you going to publish it online? Is it going to be a physical comic? Are you going to run a Kickstarter, right? You're going to need to make a list of all the tasks that you're going to need to do in order to accomplish that. Okay, then you're going to look at your calendar. You're going to look at, when you're going to be the busiest, when you're going to have time, take into account all that stuff, and you're going to start plugging those things into your calendar and say, okay, so if I want to get this done in 1 year, then that means I'm going to need to make sure that every single day I'm working on this thing. So for this month, let's say I need to work on designing the characters, or this month I need to work on the story. Next month I'm gonna need to work on designing the characters. This month I need to do this. By this month, the whole thing needs to be finished so that I can start promoting it, putting it on Kickstarter, whatever it's gonna be. And making that calendar and planning it out is going to make a huge difference. And this applies even on a small scale level. So if you're doing like a drawing a day sort of challenge, or, one polished painting a week, then every week look at your schedule and see, okay, where am I going to have time to work on this? How much time is it actually going to take me? So that you're not trying to cram things in at the last minute and then things get pushed to the wayside because you didn't plan ahead enough. Those three things are going to make a huge difference. So let's recap. 1, pick something that is ambitious enough that it makes you excited, that it gets you going. Number 2, pick something that's measurable, something that you can clearly tell if you've accomplished it or not when the end of the year comes, or whenever your goal deadline is. And the third one is to make sure that you set a calendar for yourself so you know exactly when things can be finished by and how long things are going to take you. So these three things, I think, will make a huge impact in your ability to finish and create good goals. And this is January. We're on day 4 now, day 3, day 4. Tomorrow's day 4. We're on the 3rd of January right now. And if you already started a New Year's resolution and failed, you know what? It's okay. Get back on the horse, try again, and just keep going, okay? Don't let that stop you. And if you haven't started any yet, it's not too late. Create some goals for yourself. I usually pick 3. I pick 3 solid goals, and that's what I really focus on. I typically do it on a month-to-month basis. I pick 3 goals for the month, and I really make sure I get those done. So try that. See what you can do. I'd love to hear what your goals for this year are in the comments, and what it is that you want to challenge yourself to do. And in a year, we'll do another video and talk about this again and see where you guys are at, what you accomplished. So anyways, just a few updates. Sketch Grind, if you don't know what that is, it's a new live series I started every morning at 10 a.m. We all get together, bring your sketchbook, bring your tablet, and we draw for an hour. There's usually a prompt. So today's prompt was draw something that is normally harmless but is inspired by something dangerous. And we draw for an hour, and then you can post it in the Facebook group, the Daily Sketch Grind, and you can see other people's work and share your stuff. And I'm gonna I have an Instagram that I started where I'm gonna start sharing and posting some of the best stuff that I like for the Sketch Grind. So yeah, that's 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time live on my YouTube channel. And on top of that, to go along with this sort of motivational and resolution theme for January, all of my courses are on sale for $9.99. Just use the links in the description, or the links in the description, or you can use promo code resolution19, resolutions19 with the S for 2019. And yeah, try them out. Full 100% money back guarantee. They're really great value. Hours and hours and hours, tens of hours of content. Really in depth on all sorts of digital painting topics like light, color, texture, creature design, all sorts of stuff. So check it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow at the Daily Sketch Grind. Be there. And have a great one. Bye.